on their backs in the water in huddles. If one of them can't find a hand to hold, they have been known to wrap themselves around kelp or seaweed instead. Number 2, we spend an average of 25 years sleeping. Of course, this one might not apply to those who suffer from sleep problems. I feel like most of us struggle from some type of sleep problems these days. But we spend a third of our lives in bed, so make sure your bedding is luxuriously soft. I have been thinking about getting some new bedding for quite some while now, because I feel like the one I've been in has just gotten pretty worn after a while, so it's definitely time for an upgrade. Number 3, blind people dream in sounds. Want to learn more about dreams? Those who are born blind experience sleep a little differently. Their dreams consist mostly of sounds, but also smell and emotions. If blindness occurs later in life, usually after 5 or 6 years old, sight can occur during sleep. That's really interesting. Number 4, parasomnia refers to abnormal behavior during sleep. Parasomnia is a disorder that refers to unusual behaviors while a person is sleeping. This includes sleepwalking, eating, or even driving a car. I would not want to be behind or in front of that person while driving. Number 5, it's a myth that you shouldn't wake a sleepwalker. 15% of the population are sleepwalkers. While it's not a nice feeling to be abruptly woken up, it's unlikely to be dangerous. Many of us falsely believe we can cause a heart attack or even a coma by waking up a sleepwalker. Number 6, sleep deprivation is more dangerous than food deprivation. The longest recorded period of time without sleep is 11 days, but going without sleep for more than a few days is extremely dangerous. I noticed that I started this video whispering, and then I kind of turned it into soft spoken like this, so I might go back and forth. You guys will have to tell me which one you prefer. Going back to the sleep deprivation, it says it can cause hallucinations, weight gain, a weakened immune system, reduced pain tolerance, and even death. Number 7, you forget 50% of your dream in 5 minutes. Ever struggle to recall a dream? You're not alone. For this reason, many of us keep dream journals as a way of remembering. Also, you often dream without remembering anything at all. Number 8, the ideal sleeping position when pregnant is on your side. It can be tough to fall asleep when pregnant, but the perfect position is on your side, which is safest for both mother and baby. It is also important to avoid sleeping on your back in your second trimester if you can. Well, I will never have that problem. As far as sleeping on my back, I cannot sleep on my back. I sleep on my side with a pillow in between my legs or on my stomach. Number 9, knocker uppers were the original alarm clocks. Ever wondered how people woke up without the help of an alarm? In industrial Britain, and until the 1970s in some areas, many workers were awakened by the sound of tapping on their window. Outside, someone with a large stick, known as a knocker-upper, would be making sure they made it to work in time. That is so funny. And I'm sure that would kind of be like a weird way to wake up too. Number 10, people can be awake in their dreams. Here's one of the most interesting facts about dreams. Lucid dreaming is where people are are aware they're asleep and can sometimes control what they dream about. Number 11. Sleeping helps you lose weight. If you're trying to shift a few pounds, getting a decent amount of sleep, 7 to 9 hours ideally, is as important as diet and exercise. Plus, there are many foods you should avoid eating before bed. I wonder what that's about. Sleeping more and losing weight. I think maybe because we burn calories while we're sleeping, but wouldn't we just burn calories if we're just laying there too? That's really interesting. Okay, number 12. Before color television, only 15% of us dreamt in color. Wow. Today, 75% of us dream in color. That's crazy. Like you have to think about how much television and technology really makes a difference on our brains. Sorry, that was kind of sudden. I don't know if I like these mic sounds as I'm reading off the facts, or if it's better to just have no background noise. You guys will have to let me know in the comments below as well which one you prefer. Okay, number 13. Technology and sleep don't mix. In recent years, one of the biggest reasons for a lack of sleep is technology. Okay, that one's obvious, we all know this, and yet it's extremely difficult to limit our time of technology before bedtime. Number 14, exercising right before bed might keep you awake. Fond of a late night run? While exercise helps regulate your sleeping pattern, doing it right before bed can keep you awake. Okay, number 15. Deaf people often use sign language in their sleep. Just as many of us talk in our sleep, some deaf people have been known to use sign language. And number 16. Hypnic jerks are very common. Ever jolted yourself awake? Many of us have. This occurs in the lightest stage of sleep where your body isn't paralyzed yet. So, the feeling of falling asleep can cause your limbs to jolt awake, known as hypnic jerks. While these aren't thought to be dangerous, they do increase in those suffering with anxiety. That's good to know. That's really interesting. Number 17. Whales and dolphins sleep half asleep. Half their brain is asleep while the other keeps them coming up for oxygen. I wonder if they ever get well rested then, if that's the case. That's interesting. Okay, number 18. Sleep paralysis isn't dangerous. Looking for weird facts about dreams. Sleep paralysis is one of the strangest and most frightening disorders. Those who suffer from it are conscious but unable to move. But while terrifying, it's not dangerous. Number 19. Finding it hard to get out of the bed in the morning is a disorder. It's known as dysania, thought to be a chronic sleep condition. I think I have that. Actually, I know I have that. I didn't know it was a disorder though. That's really interesting. I need to look into that. Number 20. Cats spend 2/3 of their lives asleep. Think your cat spends most of its time asleep? You're probably right. I wish I was a cat. Number 21. Toddlers don't dream about themselves. We don't feature in our own dreams until we're around 3 or 4. Okay, first of all, how would anyone know that? How would you even test that? And I don't have a second of all. That's basically my only question. I don't know if I believe that or not. Some facts are really weird because it's how did you even come to that conclusion? Okay, number 22. Fear isn't the most common emotion to experience in sleep. When we talk about dreams, we tend to focus on nightmares. However, fear isn't the most common emotion to feature in our dreams. Usually we dream about sadness, anxiety, or guilt. That's so sad. Wow. But I guess that's how we process those difficult emotions. Men and women dream differently. Men have more violent and aggressive dreams than women. Okay, that makes sense. 24. Sleeping positions can help with your ailments. Got indigestion, sleep on your front. Suffering from heartburn, sleep on your left side. Number 25. You can't tell the time when dreaming. Many of us realize we're asleep, as you can't see clocks or tell the time at all when we're dreaming. You also can't read a book. People must have some specific dreams that they remember in great detail. That doesn't happen to me, unfortunately. It's very unusual for me to remember a full dream. Like, usually I'll just remember like a certain moment of time in a dream, almost like a picture, and I'll remember maybe an emotion I felt. But it's been so long since I've actually remembered a full dream, and it was more than just like a moment or two. Number 26. Google was invented in a dream. The idea for Google came to Larry Page when dreaming. This is just one of the exciting innovations inspired by sleep. Others include the sewing machine and the periodic table. This just proves the power of a great rest. Number 27. You only dream about faces you've seen. If you think you don't recognize someone in your dream, you're incorrect. We only dream about people we've met and faces we've seen. Due to the fact we meet so many people, even on a day-to-day basis, these faces are easily forgotten, except in sleep. Okay. The bottom of that is just like for an ad. I was reading something at the bottom. Okay. Again, how does anyone come to that conclusion as far as like how we only dream about people we've met and faces we've seen? Like how could you possibly prove that, and how is there any evidence to back that up? Like, these are fun facts, but I don't know if I believe a lot of them. Just very skeptic about certain things, and that just seems strange. Okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna read another one as well. So, this one is called 22 Facts About Sleep That Will Surprise You. I kind of want to play with the mic for a little bit. But I don't know if I like both of the sounds together. I also don't really like multitasking on certain things, so that could be it. I think I've just come to peace with the fact that there's always going to be background noise in my videos unless I do them at like 2 a.m. which isn't practical for me. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, are you ready for these next facts? Number 1. Research shows you'll sleep better during a new moon and worse during a full moon, although the reasons are unclear. Again, I would like to know 2. If it takes you less than 5 minutes to fall asleep at night, you're probably sleep deprived. Ideally, falling asleep should take 10 to 15 minutes. Oh my gosh, I would love to fall asleep in less than 5 minutes though. Maybe that means I'm not sleep deprived, wow. But I feel so tired and exhausted throughout the day. Number 3. Oh, this is like a repeated fact from the first one. Number 3. Sea otters hold hands when they sleep so they don't drift away from each other. Number 4. Tiredness peaks twice a day at 2 a.m. and at 2 p.m. That's why you're less alert after lunch. So true. But I'm also sleeping at 2 a.m. so I don't notice that one. Number 5. Have trouble waking up on Monday mornings? Blame social jet lag from your altered weekend sleep schedule. Number 6. We are the only mammals that willingly delay sleep. We're so silly. Number 7. Stress, physical or mental illness, living or sleeping arrangements, family history, shift work, diet, and exercise habits can all cause insomnia. Yep. Number 8. Finding it hard to get out of bed in the morning. Okay, sorry guys, some of these are repeated. Finding it hard to get out of the bed in the morning is a real condition called dysania. It may signal a nutritional deficiency, depression, or other problems. Okay, number 9. Insomnia is not defined by the sleep you lose each night, but by the drowsiness, difficulty concentrating, headaches, irritability, and other problems it causes each day. Wow, so I guess if you lose sleep each night but you're fine during the day, then technically you don't have insomnia. But if it's difficult for you falling asleep and you don't really sleep well and you have those symptoms, that's when it's defined as insomnia. Number 10. English bulldogs are the only canines known to suffer from sleep apnea, a breathing disorder. Their unusual airway anatomy, short snouts, and underbites is likely the reason. Poor bulldogs. Number 11. Being awake for 16 hours straight decreases your performance as much as if your blood alcohol level were 0.05%. The legal limit is 0.08%. In the 17th century, getting up in the middle of the night was normal. People slept in 2 segments divided by an hour or 2 of alertness. Time for reading, praying, intimacy, or socializing with others. That's interesting. We should bring that back. Well, no, we shouldn't, because we would have to change our whole work schedules and everything. Number 13. Doing without sleep is likely to make you hungry, as levels of leptin and appetite regulating hormone fall. Okay, so going back to that first page with the first facts, that makes sense. Why getting more sleep would help you lose weight. Because you're not going to be as hungry, apparently. Okay. Number 14. You're less likely to have a traffic accident when daylight savings time ends. Statistics show that the extra hour of sleep reduces accidents. I wonder if it also has to do with the fact that at certain times when the sun's going down, if you're driving in a direction where the sun is setting, it is literally in your eyes and makes you almost blind, which can be very annoying, and I'm sure plays into people getting into accidents as well. Number 15. One job in early English mill and factory towns was to knock on people's windows to wake them up for work. Okay, I think I'm going to skip these repeating facts. I need to just look at it first to make sure. Number 16. Sleeping on the job is less of a problem in Japan. Companies may accept it as a sign of exhaustion from overwork. That's so sad. They accept them being exhausted and they value them overworking. insomnia is often a normal part of grieving. Taking sleeping pills can disrupt this natural process. So if you're grieving, just let yourself grieve, you guys. Don't try to fight it. You might prolong the process. 19. Regular exercise usually improves your sleep patterns. Exercising sporadically or right before bed may keep you up. Number 20. Today, 75% of us dream in color. Before color television, just 15% of us did. Okay, I said I was going to skip the facts that repeat. Sorry, guys. Alright, I'm going to skip the next one.